Hello and welcome. So I'm going to take a look at the Times quick cryptic crossword, and this is being published on Wednesday the 16th of April 2025, and today's setter is Wurm. So just a little look back in my records, says that the three puzzles we've had from Wurm this year have been done in 11, 7 and 12 minutes. So hoping for another quick one today. I know on a couple of occasions Wurm's been a bit sticky. They really embraced the living persons rule last year, where you can include the names of living persons, which the Times had always avoided, but that seems to have gone now, so they seem to have calmed down on that front. So hoping for another quickish one. I don't think there's anything more to say. I'm going to reset the timer and crack on. Train service often suspended. Exploited American, yep. Baby carriage carrying one ancient ruler. Pram. Ooh, is that a pram? PM, I'm not sure about that. Stroller, hide treasure at last in small Greek island. Hide treasure at last. Okay, woman tempted the night before. Okay, woman tempted is Eve. Pick up the tab, not me. You. Pick up the tab, you something, not me. Miserable face, Sergeant Major wears. I would assume that's SM for Sergeant Major, or is it a hidden word in there somewhere? Don't know. Miserable face. Side. Conservative way to reverse decay. Conservative is C. Way is a street. Road to reverse. Cool. Gave up group 1 featured in commercial. Gave up group 1. 1 featured in commercial would seem like aid. Gave up. Surrendered. Why would that be surrender? Can't see it. Female adult with 2 names. Anne. Okay. Outstanding ale isn't drunk. Okay, that's just an anagram. Ale isn't it? Oh, can't think what that is. Outstanding could be. Amazing could be due. Artist is English. Jack maybe. Artist is R.A. Ray's. Yeah, Ray's carjack. Okay. Enjoys food found in great steakhouses and eats. Is eats or are eats. Disciples end. Earth destroyed. Ooh. Is it just an anagram of Earth, end Earth, which would be adherent? Gosh, wow. For once, okay, looks a bit better down the bottom than the top. Crude poem, okay, could be an anagram. Poem had one shot. Crude poem had one. Poem had. Not sure about that. Sound inside volcano is eerie. Well, that's noise. That's a hidden word. Brilliant device and line in love story. Brilliant device. And line in love story. Cool. Romeo and Juliet. Silly consuming son's bananas. Gosh. Consuming son's bananas. Silly could be S for sons. Silly bananas, nuts. Person who furtively steals footwear. So that's surely person who furtively steals. And then type of footwear, which can't be sandals. I think scandals. Okay. Dull and tedious day with parents. Dad, dull, dud. Day with parent. Parent will be Palmer. Gosh. Friendship. Dear America ruined. Okay, that's surely an anagram of Dear America. Friendship is a lot of vowels in there. Camaraderie, I think. Camaraderie. How do you spell camaraderie is the next question. Oh, camarade. I thought there was an R in there. Camaraderie. Okay, let's cross it off. Dear America. Okay, we've got the cam. I think cam's good. Cam, rod. No, camaraderie. Let's try that as a spelling. So C-A-M, A-R. I've got an extra A here. I've got the extra. I've got three A's. Camerad. I think that's the correct spelling. Actor Johansson, mostly red, so that's Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson. An outside line to ring. An outside line to ring. X. Gosh, what's that? To ring. Tangent. Okay. Red Devils brought together. United. Okay, so Manchester United known as the Red Devils. Passage. So there is a couple of modern things. Scarlett Johansson and the Red Devils. Passage. The author will read aloud. Aisle. Nimble goalie, mistakenly dropping ball, so agile. Anagram of nimble, whatever it was. This was salient, is it? Must be salient, yeah. Outstanding, salient. The salient details. Is that spelled correctly? Ale is, and yep. This is give. Oh, there. I said it was a commercial B. One featured in commercial. Gave up. Must be an ED, mustn't it? Abandoned. Group abandon. Yeah, okay. Abandoned. 1D. Add. Yep. What's this brilliant device and line? Is that an anagram of device and line? Ignoring the fact I've got a U there. Device and line. Doesn't quite fit. Miserable face, Sergeant Major wears. I think that's an SM there for Sergeant Major. Miserable face would be what's this? Conservative way to reverse decay. Gosh, what can that be? Do you think reverse decay would be rot? Going backwards would be a tour, but way would be a ST. Road. Cry. So this baby carriage. I've just put this in pram. Carrying one. There's a one. The ancient ruler. Priam. I wonder if that is pram actually. P-R-A-I-M, which makes that. Brilliant device is brilliant device. Brilliant. Dummy. Gimme. Let's look at this one again. Train service often suspended. Is that going to be one of the names of the lines in London? Jubilee District Central. Poem had. Crude poem had one. What's that going to be? Poem had. What would that be? Something head. Mop head, I think that is. One shocked, yeah, okay, mop head. Head, big shock of hair. Dismal, which is a dial, is the face, yep. Oh, what's that? Cradle, waddle, faddle, paddle. Brilliant device, paddle, waddle. Train service, often suspended. I want to put monument, which it can't be. Silly, oh, that U isn't known. High treasure at last in small Greek island. Secrete. Okay. Which is S-E, yeah, E into small Crete. Dull and tedious. Let's look at this one. Person who furtively steals footwear is a sneaker. Okay. Maybe it's dry rot, isn't it? Why is that dry rot? Tory Road. Tory Road, okay. An outside line to ring out as tangent. Did I say tangent? Anyway, it's a tangent. This must be smoker tab. Pick up the tab. Must be used. Is that drear? Tedious day. dreary with parent. Day is D, parent is to rear, drear, yeah. Okay, so that's a smoker, isn't it? Tab being the word for cigarettes. Not sure about the U though. Pick up the tab. Not me. I think that's Priam. I have a feeling that's a Priam. I have vaguely heard of it. So this one here, brilliant device and a line in love story. Got no idea about this one. Silly consuming sons. There's S. I think it's double S. Bananas is S is train service. Often suspended. Man, men, mun, min, mon. Can I have a look at this one down? Okay, brilliant device. What have we got? We've got something, something, something M. Something, something M. Something, something. And then something A, something D, something E, which kind of feels like it should be a gadget or waddle or paddle. Device and line. Oh, maybe it's just an anagram of device and line. Except I haven't got an M for device and line, have I? L for lice. Device is 6 and is no 3. Don't give enough and line. What is this love story? If it's a cattle, cardle, bardle, battle, saddle. I feel like I need to get that letter there really. Dawdle. R. There's not many things that will go in there. Maybe day. Dawdle, mordle, ale. Yeah, there's not a lot to go there. Double D maybe. Candle. Like candle. Something candle, I think. What it is? Yeah, because a candle is a brilliant device. Line in love story. But what would that be? I don't understand the breakdown if that's the case. Pick up tab, not me. Maybe that's non-smoker. That makes sense. Non-smoker. Demon candle. I'm going to take that out, but I think it's something to do with candle. Lemon candle. Maybe it's not an M there. Priam. I think it is though. That's silly consuming. Sun's bananas. So it can't be an anagram of suns, can it? I mean, can't put an anagram of suns there, but bananas is normally a good anagram word. S-N. Nonsense. Silly. I mean, they're both silly and bananas are both good anagram. Well, good. Have the same sort of meaning. That's a monorail, isn't it? It's just a straight clue. So what's this? Ramen noodles. Brilliant device. Line in love story. Okay, let's get this one. Is if it is, I assume that's monorail. Silly consuming sons. Inane, insane. Okay. Yep. Inane and insane. Just leaves this one. Is that the name of a brilliant device? Assuming that is monorail, I think it is. And I'm fairly sure that's Priam. Leaves this one to be a thing I've never heard of. RMN, Roman candle. I think that's Roman. I think that's Roman candle, but I don't understand why it's Roman candle. Device. Love story. I'm going with it. I'm not going to get anything else. Yes, 1432. Woohoo! Okay, I'm going to try and decode that in a minute. Right, let's go through. Okay, so yeah, it's just a cryptic clue. It is a train service often suspended, while a monorail only. Um, well, a monorail normally runs on one rail, but is it suspended? Is it, I don't know the name of the monorail. Anyway, I mean that's what the clue goes towards. They hang below the rail. I'm trying to think of a monorail. I thought sometimes they sit on a monorail, which is why it's got often in there, question marked. Fair enough, it's just a cryptic one. Exploited is used, American is US, newspaper employee is Ed, which is possibly the most used old chestnut, I think, in the whole of cryptics I've ever seen. If I'm really honest, I think I see that so often. I could just look at exploited. I mean, exploited for used comes up a lot, and then seeing US, and I could glance at the rest of the clue. A baby carriage is a pram. Carrying one is I for one is a priam. Now I don't know who the priam is, but obviously it's an ancient ruler. Vaguely heard of it. Can't really say. I think this is another old chestnut really. To hide is to secrete. Treasure at last is saying take the last letter of treasure, the E, and put it in S for small, and then Greek island of Crete. So S, Crete, with an E in it. Woman tempted. So in the Bible, Eve was the woman who was tempted. Adam and Eve. She's tempted to try the apple from the tree of knowledge. So I'm not quite sure. And the night before is the Eve, so like Christmas Eve. Another cryptic one here. Pick up the tab. So a tab is a word for a cigarette in some circles. Although reading the clue, you think of pick up the tab as being to pay the bill. But yeah, so a non-smoker wouldn't pick up the tab, so not me. Miserable is dismal. The face is a dial with SM for Sergeant Major wearing that. So Sergeant Major has dial around it, wears it. Conservative way to reserve, like this one. Tory road, RD for road. A road is a way. Conservative is Tory. Reversed becomes dry rot, which is decay, which is clear. I like that. Here's another old chestnut. Gave up is abandoned. Group is a band. One is in the clue and featured in commercial. Sorry, the group is banned and that's featuring in commercial, so the A and the D are an ad for advert. Anne is our female. We've got A for adult with two names, so N and N. Outstanding. I think salient means outstanding. I can use it in a sentence, the salient details, but I never knew that meant outstanding. I always thought it meant the important details, but maybe the important are. The devil is in the detail. Anyway, salient is an anagram of alien isn't. Drunk is your anagram indicator. Artist, RA, Royal Academy, comes up from time to time. Is in the clue. E for English, and jack maybe. If you jack something up, you raise it. So carjack and things. So yeah, jack it up maybe. The J, capitalised J, being a misdirection. Enjoys food is eats. Found in is telling us there's a hidden word across. Great Steakhouse. Nice little service to that. Actually, enjoys food found in Great Steakhouse. Yeah, good. A disciple is an adherent, and adherent is an anagram of end earth. Destroyed is your anagram indicator. On the downs, we have crude being used as a anagram indicator that poem had is an anagram of mop head. One shocked, so shocked, you have a shock of hair. Probably the most famous recent example is Boris Johnson, who very rarely combed his hair, and so he's a bit of a mop head. Sound is a noise. Inside is telling us there's another hidden word. Across volcano is eerie. Brilliant device and line used in love story. Right, I'm going to have a little think about this for a minute. Wow, fantastic clue. Yeah, I like this one. So the brilliant device is a Roman candle, and we've got the word and L for line. So we've literally got and L going into romance, which is a love story. So love story, ignore the italics. But yeah, romance with and L in it. Very good. I like that one. Which one have we got here? We've got silly is inane. Consuming S for sun gives you insane, which is bananas. A person who furtively steals, so someone who steals along, talks, not steals items, but steals as into, well, let's say sneak along, and a sneaker is a footwear. Dull and tedious is drear. D for day, and parent is to rear. You parent, you bring them, you rear them, you bring them up. Friendship is the easily spelt camaraderie. Dear America is an anagram of camaraderie, and ruined is your anagram indicator. We've got a modern clue here with Scarlett Johansson, the actress, or sorry, the actor. I should name her. Many big films. What did I watch? I saw her in The Prestige a couple of weeks ago. 2006-ish film, but very good in that. Mostly read, so yeah, Scarlet. We've had Scarlet last week with a study in Scarlet for the Sherlock Holmes book. We've got another cryptic one here. Third cryptic of the day. Wow, an outside line to a ring. So a tangent is a line that cuts onto a circle, I think, to give it more mathematical definition. So outside line to ring. Yeah, it's that. The Red Devils, Manchester United's nickname is the Red Devils. So Manchester United brought together is United. Passage is an isle. The author will, so I will, isle. Read aloud is taking it to sound like. And finally, nimble is agile. Goalie, mistakenly dropping ball. So we've got an anagram, as indicated by mistakenly, of goalie, but drop the O, which is the ball, which gives you agile. So there we go, all done. 1432. Whew, glad to get through that one. I had a little bit of a panic about these bits up the top and not knowing Priam and the monorail being a cryptic one, but all done. Thanks for watching.